Fantasy from the Fairway coming to you a little after midnight on Tuesday. Usually, when there's only one person on the video, we do not start on video, but we're going to this week. An incredible viewership from our video last week, right at 280 something views. Incredible. 25 hours of watch time. So if you guys watched, if you guys liked it, commented, all of that, even got 3 new subscribers. So thank you guys so much. The support is greatly appreciated. We hope it continues on throughout the rest of the season, but it's the first time like that any of our videos have blown up to that degree. And we got some big stuff on the horizon that I'm looking forward to in the works right now. So stay locked here, Fantasy from the Fairway. But again, that last video, WGC match play, took off. We're going to hope to keep our stride this week into the Valero Texas Open. But again, if you watched any of it, we're one of those 280 views. Thank you so much. And hopefully you took some better advice than maybe we gave Paul Casey. My winner did not quite get out of the group play round, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're on to the Valero Texas Open. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, we are on to the Valero Texas Open. Those are the picks from last week. Obviously, the brackets are what we focused on. And, well, hey, I'm going to take away Kevin Streelman. That's a W for me. Paul Casey, Roy McIlroy do not leave the group round. I don't think Russell Henley did either. Congratulations to Billy Ho. Billy Ho, our guy, University of Florida graduate, Ponte Vedra Beach resident. Billy Ho, happy to see Billy Ho win. Hopefully it's enough to get him into the Ryder Cup for the first time at the age of 31 or 32. Forget the exact number, but shout out to him. Congratulations. And congratulations, Joel Damon, our guy, old Buckethead. Wins on the alt event, the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. Shout out to both of those guys. So good winners. There's times where you see winners and you're like, I don't really like that guy. Fine with Billy Ho, fine with Joel Damon. Shout out to both of them for winning. FedEx Cup points didn't do it last week. Dude, we just went with the brackets instead, which worked out thanks to the viewership. So these are the same people that we've had. Hopefully to make a dent in one of these this week as we head TP San Antonio, the Oaks course. Obviously, no shock, is in San Antonio, Texas. It's par 72, 74, 35 yards. Designed by Greg Norman, as well as Sergio Garcia. Interesting. And I thought this was very interesting. 4 of the last 6 winners here were first-time PGA Tour winners. Includes Corey Connors and Andrew Landry, who are your previous 2 winners. And, of course, last year, COVID got the W, being 19 under. But Connors was a first-time winner here in 2019. Landry, his first PGA Tour win in 2018 was here. So the other winners that you have that were not first-time winners were Jimmy Walker and Charlie Hoffman. And then you had Kevin Chappell win his first event here in 2017. And Stephen Bowditch won in 2014. I've never heard of that human until I looked it up. So Steven, if you're watching, go ahead and comment. We'll have you on the program. You want a PGA Tour event, it looks like. But anyway, so this course, this seems to favor first-time winners. Now, that might be because of strength of field and what it usually is. Obviously, playing 1 week before the Masters, a lot of guys take off. But I think I'm going to stick with that trend when I get to my picks here. My pick, Jenks Jr., if you haven't noticed, is not joining us this week. He had some prior commitments due to a dog needing shots. So he'll join us back next week, obviously, for Masters Week. He has sent in a pick. He is not going with the first-time winner. I will tease that. He would be this person's second PGA Tour win if they were to get it done. But his first win came in this very state of Texas. So that's some trivia. Some trivia in the program. I know you're not watching it live, but if you're watching right now and you think you might know who that is, second win, first one's in Texas, go ahead and comment. Unless you're Jenks Jr. the third, don't comment. I don't want to see that crap because you obviously know who you picked. These are the key stats. Not a lot of them this week. Tee to green, greens and reg. Driving accuracy. The fairways are going to be narrow. There's trees, big old oaks. Surprising, right? Oaks course, big old oaks trees. So you need to hit the fairway. Greens as well. Strokes gained tee to green. Par 5s, 550 to 600, 3 of the 4. And par 3s, 175 to 200. 2 of the 4 are in that range. I know what you're thinking. What the heck does that matter? 2 of 4, whatever. The third one is like 6 yards further. So it matters. It matters. So that's what I'm looking at this week as I roll into the 10K. And you can see it there on your screen, my ranking of them. Dustin Johnson was the most expensive player in this field at 11.8. He has since withdrew. He will get ready to defend his Masters title, so there will be no DJ in the field, leaving Tony Finau as the most expensive guy at $11,000. I have Tony second here behind Jordan. Jordan could very well win this week. He knows his course. 4 out of 5 made cuts here. 30th his last time out in 2019 when he was horrible, keep in mind. So even when he was horrible, he was good here. So far on tour this year, 59th tee to green. 27th par 3s in the area. He's just solid right now. No reason not to believe Jordan will contend this week. Tony Finau, I got second. 3 out of 3 here. T9 par 5s in the area. On tour, 7th. Strokes gained tee to green. 44th greens in regulation. No reason to not like Tony this week. Really like this range altogether. I really like the 10K and I really like the 9K ranges this week in general. Not a lot of people I don't like. Scotty Scheffler. I have him at third only because I think Jordan could win. I think Tony Finau can win. I think Scotty Scheffler can win this week, obviously. Second last week. Played a lot of golf. What worries me about Scotty, since I'm filming this on Tuesday morning, still 2 days to get Tuesday morning, like literally 30 minutes in the morning, not even morning yet on the West Coast. Scotty could drop out. He played a lot of golf. I have no reason to believe he will, but he could, which worries me. If he does play, he did finish 20th here last year. He's top 62 on tour in 4 of the 5 stats I looked at. No reason to believe Scotty won't have a good week. And Hideki Matsuyama at 10-1 falls to 4th here, unfortunately. And I did have Dustin last, by the way. So this is how it looked beforehand. Nothing changed. Hideki's never played here, which worries me. But he's top 76 in 4 of the 5 categories. So I think you could easily roll with Hideki. All 4 of these guys, I think, are solid options. No reason to believe anyone's going to drop a shitter at this point this week. Let's get into this 9K, man. Abraham Answer leads it off at 9.7 again. I think this is a good 9K range. Start with Answer, though, 9.7. 3 out of 3 here. Second in driving accuracy, 14th greens in regulation, as well as 3 straight top 25s on tour. He's made 11 of 13 cuts this year. So far, those top 25s, by the way, were at the WGC Workday, tough golf course, Players Championship, tough golf course in last week. Not so much tough golf course, but just match play, changes everything. Abraham Answer, a solid option this week. So was Corey Connors. He really let me down last week. I'm not going to lie, Corey. You let me down, bro. And you might have been looking ahead to defend your title that you've had for 2 years, depending on how you look if COVID-19 was the winner couple last year. But, whatever. Neither here nor there. 9.5, solid price. 12th, tee to green. 13th, greens and reg. Tied 11th, driving accuracy. T10, par 3. Obviously, the 2019 champ here. No reason to believe Connors won't have a good week. Ryan Palmer is next at 9.4. It's not that I dislike Ryan Palmer. It's not that I like him, though. 18th, greens regulation. 27th, par 5. He's been cut in his last 2 here. But before that, he was 6th, 4th, and then 6th again. He's having a great year. You could roll with Ryan Palmer. I don't have anything against him, really. Just didn't want to put the whole range on the graphic, to be honest with you. Cameron Tringale has to make the graphic. He just has to. 17th here in 2019. 26th par 3 scoring in the area we looked at. 24th par 5 in the area. 36th green to regulation. 34th tee to green. On tour, he's made 9 of his last 10 cuts dating back to the first part of the super season on the other side of the calendar. 5 top 20s. He's hot. He's hot. Did I ever think Cameron Tringale would be $9,300 golfer? No. Am I an advocate of it? Yes. Yes, I am. Playable for sure. Hoffman's next. He's 10 for 10 here. He's batting 1,000, folks. 10 for 10. He won in 2016. Finished second in 2019 and 2011. Batting 1,000. Having a decent year, by the way. He's turned it around. has old Charlie. It did not start great. Do a 121 and a 127 finish you never love to see. But recently, a 10th at Arnold Palmer, 17th at the Players, 7th AT&T, 14th Sony Open, going back a little farther. Started around a bit. 31st tee to green, 4th par 3 in the area, 42nd greens and reg. Charlie Hoffman playable, likable for sure. Brendan Steele's next, again having a good year. If you look at this 9K range, I know it's a weaker field, but like, who if someone would have told you at the beginning of the year, Steele, Hoffman, Tringale, and all of these, maybe not answer, you'd probably believe that. Connors, Palmer, Tringale, Hoffman, Steele, Kuchar was a 9K range. You look at them, oh boy, you'd look at them funny. Brendan Steele, the 2011 champ here. 8 out of 9 made cuts here. Not batting 1,000, but pretty close. His best since 2016, though, 13th. He's been making cuts, just not that many great finishes, which is not something you need at 9-1. That's why I have him thumbs down, but in brown, which means thumbs down, but not really. 14th par 3s, 49th driving accuracy, 57th greens regulation, 42nd strokes gain, tee to green. Brendan Steele, an option. Matt Kuchar's an option, 8 for 8, batting 1,000. Not 10 for 10, 1,000, but like 8 for 8, 1,000. He finished 7th in 2019. Look, the stats are bad for Matt Kuchar, but you saw what he did last week. He finished 3rd in match play. He is a match play god, though. 13th driving accuracy is pretty much all I can tell you that's been good about Matt Kuchar on the stats that I looked at so far this year. He's 8 for 8, though. He's not going to miss this cut. Might finish DFL after the cut, but he ain't missing the cut. Let's do that 8K, man. Let's do that 8K. It starts with Siwoo Kim, who's 38th strokes gained tee to green this year, 53rd greens regulation, 84th par 5 in the area. $8,900 worries me because you never know what you're getting with Siwoo. He did finish 9th at the Players, but before that he finished 122nd, 110th. So I wouldn't. I would not. I don't have him on the thumbs down because I think there's much worse options. Like I said, like the 10K, like the 9K, do not care much for the 8K. Not going to lie to you. Cameron Davis, a fan. Somebody I am a fan of. We like him here on the show. Almost always thumbs up, but not this week. He's never made the cut here. He's 184th driving accuracy, 153rd par 3s in the area. I'd stay away from Cam Davis here. Lonto Griffin is next. Lonto Griffin, 11 out of 14, made cuts so far this year on tour. 35th at the Players, 21st API, 22nd Workday, 26th Genesis, 7th Farmer, so he's on a good little run, if you will. 80th tee to green, not bad. 157th driving accuracy, bad. 175th par 5, also not good. 58th at this event in 2018, so it is what it is. Chris Kirk is next at 8,600. 21st strokes gained tee to green, 49th greens regulation. 12 out of 15 cuts he's made so far this year, all on tour, including a win on the Korn Ferry Tour, King and Bear. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Does not get enough credit. 25th at a tough golf course, Honda Classic. Zach Johnson's next, 85. 30th greens and reg, 72nd driving accuracy, 53rd par 3s in the area, 5th 2018. Zach Johnson probably could have been on the thumbs up side. I just didn't do it. He hasn't missed a cut all year. There's no reason to believe he's going to miss one again. Zach Johnson probably going to make the cut. Keegan Bradley's been getting a lot of love on this show. Just in general. He's next. $8,400. He's 8th tee to green. 32nd green to regulation. 30th driving accuracy. 46 par 5s. 9th par 3s. He's made 3 out of 4 cuts here. Everything lines up. I could play Keegan. I like Keegan. The last dude before you get to the under the average remaining salary that you can play. But I like Keegan. Also like Adam Hadwin, just in general, as a golfer, but not this week too much. He's made 1 out of 2 cuts here. However, this year, 116th tee to green, 184th greens regulation, probably pass on Adam Hadwin. Per the usual, somebody wins an event, we have him thumbs down the next week. That honor this week goes to Joel Damon. Wins the alt event. Corrales, Punta Cana. However, 177th par 5s in the area, 110th greens and reg, 106 tee to green. His best finish here, 69th, nice. Probably stay away from Joel Damon. Ricky Fowler's next at $8,100. You probably know the story if you're watching this, because you've got to be a diehard golf fan to be watching this video right now. Ricky Fowler has to win this event to play in the Masters. And look, would it be fantastic if Ricky Fowler won this event? Yeah. Yes, it would. I can't even find something in my head that's more likely to happen than Ricky Fowler winning this event. Something that is just so improbable. I really can't think. I think the Pittsburgh Pirates, have a better chance of winning the World Series than Ricky Fowler has winning this event. But God, I'd love to see it. Supporter of Rick the Brick, it's just really bad for Rick the Brick right now. I'll be rooting for him, but I also root for the Pittsburgh Pirates. By the way, shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates real quick. Please don't leave this video if you're a golf fan. I just want to get this out there. Chad Kuhl, he's been injured for like 2 years. He was a Bradenton Marauder. All-around good guy. Never has turned down an autograph request. Good guy, Chad Kuhl. He's back after 2 years, like I just mentioned. He's getting the start for the Pirates on opening day. The Cool Whip, as they call him. Go get a dub, dog. Opening day. Go for you, Chad Kuhl. Sam Burns, $8,000. Here's the thing. You might have noticed in the 8K there's not been a lot of course history, and I'll tell you why. Sam Burns, Ricky Fowler, Zach Johnson, Chris Kirk, Cam Davis. Oh, no, I can pull Cam. And Siwoo Kim. So most of this range, their PGA Tour profiles don't pull up, so I have no course history on them. It's kind of annoying. PGA fixture crap. Anyway, Sam Burns, great value at $8,000 for a guy that can win. He's been priced significantly higher. The last 2 missed cuts where he's looked brutal probably is the reason for that. But before the missed cuts, he finished 3rd, 39th, 22nd, 18th, 7th. So if he's right, there's major value. Sam Burns at $8,000. It's a risk-reward type of play. But you could. Aaron Wise is next. He's thumbs up in brown. Shout out to my boy Aaron. He's never made the cut here, though. But he is 30th tee to green, 12th greens and reg, 32nd par 3s in the area. Obviously, had a pretty decent lead at one point in the Honda Classic. And absolutely choked it away. But, what do you expect? I do think he's playable, though. Aaron Wise. We're going to roll the 7K. And we did things a little different this week. Obviously, I am riding solo this week. So instead of writing down something for every player, kind of went through if something stood out, bad or good, wrote it down. Just to move things along a bit. Made it a little easier for me since it is 12:43 in the morning and I've got a long way to go. And I work tomorrow, so there's that. But, putting out content for the people since the big turnout last week. Appreciate that once again if you're just clicking through. If you watched last week, one of the 288 people that watched, thanks so much. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks for coming back also as well. That's a big thing. So let's go to that 7K. As I already mentioned, Harold Varner, the third, is first. He's made 3 out of 4 cuts here. 23rd in 2019. 25th tee to green, 58th greens and reg, 45th par 5s in the area, 17th par 3s in the area. I like Varner this week. The stats really line up. 19th at the Honda Classic. His finishes every year this event have gotten better. So let's shoot for maybe a top 25. Tees for the picks. Other guys in that price range, you got Ryan Moore. You got Charles Howell the third as well. Both of the thirds. Wow, Charles is 7-8, but still, you can get both the thirds pretty close together. It's 1/3 and 2/3, if you will. Sounds like you won't. Brendan Grace is next. He's going to be thumbs down. He did win, and that's cool. He's outside the top 100 in all the stats I looked at, every single one of them. Missed the cut at the Players. That was his last time out. I wouldn't. Danny Willett is next. Another, I wouldn't. I think you could take a flyer on Matt Wallace. He's 6th on tour this year, par 5 scoring. I know he hasn't played, or par 5's in the area. Keep messing that up. I know he hasn't played a ton in America, but I think you could take a flyer on this guy. 64th tee to green, 28th last week. All things that are A-okay. Putnam is in this group, but we're going to skip to Gary Woodland, who is 180th driving accuracy, 193rd greens in regulation, 167th tee to green. But then weirdly, 19th par 3s in the area and 27th par 5s in the area. So that's weird. Hasn't played here since 2015. I don't think he's going to enjoy his experience, but, Gary, the boy. Sebastian Munoz, top 85 and 4 of the 5 stats we looked at, 27th here in 2017. He could play Seabass, 76. I think he's coming into form. Ben On outside the top 120 and 4 of the 5 stats we looked at, so that's going to be a no. Van Rooyen, Phil, Vegas, all knows in the middle of this 7K. John Huh is next at 7,400. He's made 5 out of 7 cuts here. 2nd in 2012. What were you doing in 2012? I was in like middle school. Or maybe freshman year of high school. Anyway, John Ho was on the tour. 22nd strokes gained tee to green, 71st greens and reg, 31st driving accuracy, 63rd par 5s, 53rd par 3s. John Ho might be a good pick for a top 25. Tees. Doug Gim is back in the 7K range, and you'd love to see it, especially when he's 67th par 5s, 54th driving accuracy, 48th greens regulation, 28th strokes gained tee to green. Doug Gim, $7,300. How could you not? Sepp Straka, another guy that you could probably roll with in this price range. 15th par 3s in the area, 41st par 5s in the area, 62nd greens regulation, 63rd tee to green. Could. Other guys in this range that you could play. Lucas Glover, who did make the cut at the Players' Championship. Thank God. Dodged a bullet, literally. Literally, if you don't know, look it up. Patton Kazire. We love Patton, just not this week. Long, Wiesberger, KH Lee, my new guy, I guess. I'm looking for reasons to play KH Lee, but there aren't any this week. We'll see you next. No, we won't. See you in a couple weeks, KH. Matt Naismith, $7,100. The boy, back in this price range again. 23rd tee to green, 2nd greens in regulation, 45th driving accuracy, 42nd par 5s, 53rd par 3s. Naismith, very, very playable. Seifert from Florida State, Chase, he goes by, but his last name is Seifert. 18th last week, 3rd Honda Classic, 15th Puerto Rico Open, so I know what you're thinking. 2 of those are alt events. And yeah, you would be right. But he's top 100 in all the stats I looked at. It's an option. Harry Higgs at $7,100. 53 par 3s, 14th par 5, 66 greens in regulation, 68th tee to green. It's an option. That boy Harry Higgs. But if you're going to spend $7,100, it's got to be on Martin Laird. Martin Laird, I made a mistake with Martin Laird. I was at Sawgrass Marriott on the Monday of the Players' Championship, just hanging out, see if I could see any players, saw a few guys. Saw Martin Laird, sat on the bench next to him. Definitely should have asked him if he wanted to be on Fantasy from the Fairway real quick and done an impromptu. I did not do such a thing, but still going to give him some love. Martin Laird, he's made 6 out of 7 cuts here, including winning in 2013. This year he's 14th driving accuracy, 7th greens in regulation, 76th tee to green. Martin Laird, it's an option. Norlander, $7,100, top 100 in all of the stats. Hogue almost made thumbs down, but then I realized I couldn't do that to the boy. Also, his name might be Hoagie. We've struggled with that a lot, Hogue and Hoagie. I'm going to just keep calling him Hogue. He's missed his last 2 here. He's 155th greens in regulation. I really wouldn't. But Luke List was just a bit worse for me. That's why he makes the graphic and not the boy Tom Hoagie Hogue. He's 0 for 3 out of his last 3 here. Luke List is. He's 177th driving accuracy. 8 for 18 this year. He missed the cut at the Punta Cana. You just can't do that. Can't miss the cut on the alt event and then get some love. He's missed his last 3 as well on tour, as well as his last 3 here. So 1 out of his last 5 wouldn't roll with Luke List. Garnett going to get some more love. A couple shows ago, I said you had 2 options. You had Stewart and you had Garnett. Oh yeah, that was at the Honda. I said boomer bust Garnett. Steady play Stewart. Stewart absolutely screwed me, and Garnett finished top 25. So shout out to Bryce. He's made 4 out of 4 here. He's 6th driving accuracy, 56th greens in regulation, 40th in the par 5s. Playable. Bryce Garnett, definitely playable. Let's roll the 6K, man. Let's do it. We're moving through it. 6'9 to 6'5 is more or less what this is. Again, not a great range, but it is 6K range. Let's talk about Rafael Campos for a minute. You find him at $6,900, and we are going to do some quick. Yeah, here we go. So Campos at 69 is the highest he's been all year. He's been a regular in the 6-0, 6-1 range. He got bumped up to 6'8 only because he was playing on the Korn Ferry Tour. I want you to really think about that. He was playing on the Korn Ferry Tour as a PGA Tour player and was priced less than he is right now. And that is because what happened to him last week at the alt event. He finishes 2nd. I'm sure you've seen, that was close. Almost kicked over a cup of sweet tea, but I'm sure you've seen the highlight at this point, or more or less a low light. I'm not going to talk about it, but go look it up. Just type in Rafael Campos putt Puerto Rico Open, and you'll see it. But here's the deal, man. He's only made 3 cuts on tour this year, 3 of 11. 2 of them were at the alternate events. So when he plays on events where real, actual PGA Tour players, a lot of them play, he's 1 for 9. And that 1 was the Honda Classic recently, where he finished 98th after making the cut. So if you're thinking like maybe he's hot, he's not. I do feel bad for the guy, though. God bless. Go look up the video. Chappell's next at $6,900. Other $6,900 golfers that you could go with: Lashley, Pat Perez, and Nick Taylor. We'll go with Nick Taylor in a second. Start with Chappell, though. He obviously won in 2017. He has been good here. He's not good very many places. He has been good here. He's 45th par 3s that we looked at. He is 207th in driving accuracy. So, Nick Taylor, first thumbs up golfer in the top of the 6K range. 3 out of 4 here. 2 top 25s. T88 par 5s in the area. And 66th in driving accuracy. You could play Nick Taylor. I think it's an option. But boy, oh boy, do we like Jim Furyk. He's made 5 out of 5 cuts here in his career, which has been long. 2 top 10s. 4 top 25s in those 5 out of 5 cuts. 23rd in 2019, so it's not like they were a decade ago. He's been good here of late. $6,800. Give me some Jim Furyk. Let's talk about this guy for a minute. $6,800. Grayson Sigg. He is coming from the Korn Ferry Tour. He played in the Punta Cana Championship last week. Finished 9th. Korn Ferry Tour, his recent finishes: 7th, 4th, 15th, 7th, 2nd. He's really good on the Korn Ferry Tour. I don't know what that means for the PGA Tour, but I know he's $6,800, and you could do worse. Like Tom Lewis. You could play Tom Lewis. I don't know why you would, but you could at 68, or you could play my boy Sig, or you could just play Furyk and avoid all that. Or hell, you could play Shank. We like Shank. 7th in 2019 here. 49th par 5s in the area. 107th in driving accuracy. 97th greens in regulation. 105th tee to green. We like Shank. And I forgot we have all these $6,800 dudes on the paper Patrick Rogers, always a no. He's 0 for 2 here. 182nd par 3s, 199th driving accuracy, 152nd tee to green. So no. No. Finally, moving into the 6-7 range, and it's Roger Sloan, the boy, who improbably has 3 straight top 25 finishes. 2 of them were alt events. Don't judge me, but one of them was the Honda Classic. It's a tough golf course. 29th greens regulation, as well as 29th strokes gained tee to green. The Canadian, who has a really bad picture on DraftKings. He does not look anything like that anymore. You could roll with him, though. Graham McDowell's also in the $6,700 range, and I know what you're saying. Casey, you forgot to put him on the thumbs down graphic. No. Not here. Not this Graham McDowell, who's made 4 out of 13 cuts on tour. He finished 7th here in 2019. He's made 3 out of 3 cuts here. So that's all I got for that. He's 200 plus in 3 of the 5 stats I looked at. That's how bad Graham McDowell's been. But he's 3 for 3 here. I don't know, man. If you don't like Sloan and you got 6,700, GMAC. I don't know. Scott Stallings is next at $6,600. He's finished 99th and 98th in his last 2 starts on tour. Not here, because here his last finish was 23rd. 70th par 5s in the area, 43rd greens and regs, 73rd tee to green. An option. Percy, the boy Cam, top 104 of the 6 that we looked at. 29th at the Players' Championship. The Australian. Brandt Snedeker, thought I should talk about him since people probably know who that is in the 6K range. He's made 3 out of 3 cuts here. That's all we got on Brandt. Kyle Stanley makes a thumbs up graphic because I had to pick somebody in the 6-5 range because it sure as heck was not going to be Duff or Danny Lee. By the way, it was Duff's birthday the other day. Y'all are like ants on a piece of food. Can't look that one up. That's a inside joke. Anyway, Kyle Stanley. I forgot we were doing something else. Looking at Duffner's old picture on DraftKings. Kyle Stanley coming off an 83 and then an 84 in the first 2 rounds of the Players' Championship. That's not good at all. He got 0.5 fantasy points for 2 rounds of golf. 0.5. That's horrible. A birdie, 18 pars, 11 bogeys, 5 double bogeys. 0.5. That is rough, man. 167 strokes. Goodness. Anyway, sure, play him. 83rd tee to green, 27th greens and regs, 62nd driving accuracy, top 10th par 3s in the area. He's made 3 out of 5 cuts here. God almighty, I didn't know he shot an 83 and an 84. Maybe don't do that. You know what? Don't play Kyle Stanley because look who we got in the 6'4", 6'0" graphic. You better believe that's Bo Hogue. You better believe it, he's back. He didn't play either event last week, and I didn't know what to do with myself. He obviously wasn't in the match play because Bo Hogue. And you know what? I like the fact that he was like, you know what? I'm too good right now to play in the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. I'm too good right now. I love it. Because he is too good right now. He's Bo freaking Hogue. 71st tee to green, 51st greens in regulation, 95th driving accuracy, 66th par 5, 123rd par 3, $6,400, keep in mind. He did not make the cut at the Players or the Honda. But before that, 26th at API, 32nd Genesis, 36th Waste Management, 18th Farmers, 16th American Express. Dude's been on a heater, man. Dude has been on a heater. That's our guy, Bo Hogue. I'm going to do everything in my power to get Bo Hogue on this program. I promise you it probably won't happen, but I'm going to try my best. One person who probably won't ever be on the program is Visor guy Bo Hostler. And we've got Bo Hostler, question mark, because we really don't want to play anybody in the 6'3 range. But, like, if you had to, it's Bo. Only because he's made 2 out of 3 cuts here in his career. As well, like, the last 2 as well. So, like, he missed the first. then back-to-backs. 36th in 2019. The only positive thing I can tell you about Bo besides his visor is these T76 and the par 5s that we looked at. So if he can just birdie all those every time, he might make the cut. What is that? There's 4 of them. So, yeah, no, he'd be fine. He'd be mad chilling. If he could just par everything else. That's probably not going to happen. 62, another fan favorite. Spankin' Hank Laboda. Spankin' Hankin'. We just write Spankin' on my paper. Spankin' Hankin'. New father, Spankin' Hankin'. Spankin' Hank, 17th here in 2019. Sorry, I was getting carried away by his name. It's a good one. 75th greens in regulation, 78th par 5 score in the area, 125th driving accuracy. He did miss the cut at the Punta Cana, but I'm not worried about it. That's the boy Spankin' Hank. So 63, you could roll a Spankin' Hank. KJ Choi improbably makes the graphic here at $6,100. He's made 5 out of 8 cuts here in his career. 60th on tour driving accuracy, T72nd par 5s in the area, which is incredible if you get down to it. KJ Choi is playing on the senior tour, and then he comes here and plays the par 5s well. And there's dudes that don't. I don't know. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. I don't want to call him OLD, but KJ Choi, you could run him out there. DJ Trahan at 6,000 is the last one. He's made 2 out of 3 here, including his last 3 on the tour. So he's hot, if you will, for being DJ Trahan. 86th tee to green, 109th greens regulation, 3rd in par 5s in the area, 3rd. Just birdie him a couple times, make the cut, do your thing, make your 4th straight cut on tour. DJ Trahan. To the picks. Valero Texas Open picks. Like I said, Jenks Jr. III is not joining us this week. We're unconfirmed if he even likes us anymore, to be honest. But he did send us picks. He was nice enough to do that. I'm down in the FedEx Cup points, so we're not going to be rooting harder against somebody like we are for his pick this week, which is now revealed. Wait. Trivia. Did anybody get it? Well, since I'm sitting in an empty room, nobody got it. But maybe somebody commented. We won't know that until, a couple days out. But the man that he's picking, who would be his second tour win, and his first win came in the state of Texas, would be the man that won the Houston Open 2 years ago, Lonto Griffin. So Jenks Jr. III is going to go with Lonto Griffin to win this week in his top 25, which I teased you. It's going to be John Huh. John Huh. It's a good pick. I like John Huh. I don't like Lonto, but I like John Huh. Let's go to my pick, man. We're going to do things out of order because I don't know who to pick still. I've got 2 really good options I like. I just don't know which one to go with. We'll do my top 25. Teased it. It's Harold Varner III. Not only did I get back-to-back top 25s in normal, but I hit Kevin Streelman on a top 25 last week. So if I get this will be 4 in a row, although I didn't get points for the one I did last week. But, whatever. It's neither here nor is it there. Harold Varner III, top 25. Now here's what I'm struggling with. I'm going to pick a first-time PGA Tour winner. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to go Scotty Scheffler or Cameron Tringale. And it's tough because I think Scotty's hot, but I'm worried Scotty might Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick Scotty Scheffler to win the Valero Texas Open. If Scotty Scheffler drops out, at the top of the Masters video, you will see Cameron Tringale as the pick. Because I'll change it because Jenks is a good guy, and when my people inevitably have dropped out, I think 4 different times this year, and I've had to change it, the morning of. And it always sucks every time, but this time he'll at least know if he listens to the video. So we're going to go Scotty Scheffler to win it. The Valero Texas Open. Harold Varner, top 25. Jenks going with Lonto Griffin. And John Huh. That's going to do it, Fantasy from the Fairway, for the Valero Texas Open. Thank you so much for watching. Again, last week was incredible. Thank you for the support. We're just getting started, though. We want to keep this thing rolling. Keep up the views, keep up the watch time, keep up the subscribers, man. So we hope you enjoy this video as well. We're going to keep things rolling each and every week throughout the season. Like I said at the top, I have some things in the work that Jenks don't even know about at this point. Trying to ramp up the show. So we're going to keep working on that. We're going to keep bringing you quality content. But for this week, that's it. We're out. Like, subscribe, do the things.